The hydrological cycle. The hydrological cycle begins with the evaporation of water from the surface of the ocean or a body of water. As moist air is lifted, it cools and water vapor condenses to form clouds. Moisture is transported around the globe until it returns to the surface as precipitation. Once the water reaches the ground, one of two processes may occur. 1. Some of the water may evaporate back into the atmosphere, or 2. The water may penetrate the surface and become groundwater. Groundwater either seeps its way into oceans, rivers, and streams, or is released back into the atmosphere through transpiration. The balance of water that remains on the Earth's surface is runoff, which empties into lakes, rivers, and streams and is carried back to the oceans, where the cycle begins again. There are 4 main stages in the water cycle. They are evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and collection. Evaporation is when warmth from the sun causes water from oceans, lakes, streams, ice, and soils to rise into the air and turn into water vapor. Water vapor droplets join together to make clouds. Condensation is when water vapor in the air cools down and turns back into liquid water. Precipitation is when water, in the form of rain, snow, hail, or sleet, falls from the clouds in the sky. Collection is when water that falls from clouds as rain, snow, hail, or sleet collects in the oceans, rivers, lakes, and streams. Most will infiltrate, soak into the ground, and will collect as underground water. The water cycle is powered by the sun's energy and by gravity. The sun kickstarts the whole cycle by heating all Earth's water and making it evaporate. Gravity makes the moisture fall back to the Earth. The environmental issues associated with the hydrological cycle. Irrigation. Irrigation is a method used to water farmland. Unfortunately, it removes water from rivers and can cause surface runoff and leaching. As the human population has increased, so have our demands on the land. We need more food, and to make food, we need water. Irrigation is the artificial watering of land that does not get enough water through rainfall. Irrigation is used substantially by most countries, some more than others. The problem with irrigation is that it removes water from its natural source and often causes leaching and runoff where it is used. This removal of nutrients results in farmers using fertilizers to keep their pastures productive while the waterways become polluted. This is a major concern because it affects the water we drink and the environment around us. Deforestation. The removal of trees is having a major impact on the water cycle as local and global climates change. Normally, trees release water vapor when they transpire, producing a localized humidity. This water vapor then evaporates into the atmosphere, where it accumulates before precipitating back to the earth as rain, sleet, or snow. Deforestation in one area can therefore affect the weather in another area, because if trees are cut down, there is less water to be evaporated into the atmosphere and less rain. The land becomes drier and less stable. When it rains, instead of the water being soaked up, there is an increase of runoff and leaching. Areas can become more prone to both droughts and flooding, impacting plants and animals, and also humans living near deforested areas. For irrigations, the solutions we could use to improve this issue is use a cycle and soak feature, where the zone runs for a shorter amount of time, but may run more than once per watering cycle. Solution: farmers should be encouraged to adopt sustainable agricultural practices that are friendly to the environment. Information on natural ways of pest control need to be provided to farmers and the general public as well. As children grow up, they need to be taught how to take care of the environment. Governments must also consider offering tax incentives to small and commercial farms that practice earth-friendly agricultural approaches, as well as banning toxic pesticides that are contributing to the problem. Deforestation solutions. The trees that were cut down could be replaced by planting young trees. Solution: law and regulations. Due to the nature and extent of forest destruction, efforts to stop the human activities can be complemented by laws and regulation at governmental and organizational levels. As much as people increasingly become aware of deforestation consequences, some people focus more on the immediate economic gains at the expense of the long-term environmental damage. This attitude has encouraged illegal logging for timber and other valuable resources like rubber and palm oil. Therefore, stopping deforestation and preserving the natural vegetation demands rules, laws, and regulations from organizations and governments to aid in enforcing forest preservation policies. Laws on timber, wood, fuel, farming, and land use, among other forest resources, must be advanced and enforced to limit deforestation.